Hello there, this is D, and welcome to, well, it's hard to identify the day of this one. Let's just say the last episode of the RX road trip. It is actually Monday, April 17th that I'm recording this. We were scheduled to present our presentation at the RX Summit on Tuesday, a week ago, and that didn't happen. And I just felt I needed to get on here really quickly, and not really quickly because this has taken me a week to sit down and do this. A lot of stuff has been going on. But I just wanted to close out this series at least, and I'm going to do that briefly here. I won't be talking very long, but it's just so I can close things out. Anyway, to get to the point, we did not present our presentation at the Benzodiazepine at the RX Summit. At the RX and Illicit Drug Summit. Unfortunately, my co-presenter got ill the night prior to our presentation, and we were presenting the next morning early, and unfortunately was unable to present, and that forced the conference to cancel our presentation. And that, along with several other things, kind of domino effect. But anyway, I got in the car and headed home soon after that, and I've been home now for a few days. So that's that. This is nobody's fault. Nobody did anything wrong. Just circumstances happened, and things. This is life. This is life, and this stuff goes on. And so I'm actually doing okay with it. My wife and I did postpone our vacation. We canceled it because of all the domino effects that happened, and the good news is we did get it rescheduled, so I'll be leaving this Friday to go on a couple weeks vacation to go back to Ohio and Pennsylvania, visit some family and friends, and just take some time away, which I think will be good. Now, I know many of you follow, some of you follow what I do. Maybe a couple of you follow what I do. I don't know. But I just want to let you know that I'm doing fine, actually. I just think I need, both my wife and I really need a vacation, and so we decided we're just going to drop everything and go do this vacation and actually reschedule it and make it happen, because I think we just got to get away. So for the next couple of weeks, starting this Friday, I will be away from the office and mostly offline, so I won't be checking emails or anything like that for that period of time. I'm going to try to detach as much as possible from everything and just relax. So I know I may sound a little bit down, but please don't think I am. It was just a whirlwind, and it's disappointing we didn't get to present. We worked really hard on this, and it's a shame that it didn't get to happen. But in life, we get lemons, and we got to make lemonade, right? Is that the right cliche? I think it is. So I'm doing okay. I had a 3-day drive home from Atlanta. It took me 3 days. I just deadheaded it. I mean, not deadheaded, but I headed straight for. I drove about 8 hours each day, and went through Arkansas and Oklahoma and some other areas that I don't drive through too often, and to see just some different countries. I did it, and then popped up through Kansas and got back to Colorado, and it was really good to be back home. I'm not going to say much more on that. I just wanted to keep it short and sweet, and that's what's going on. So I think it's time for us to move on. I think it's time for us to move on to a lot of new things. I don't think this series of On the Road to the RX Summit really worked. I can tell I'm not getting a lot of downloads or views on this one, and that happens. That happens a lot. So not a lot, but it happens. And I try different things trying to see what'll work on the podcast. And sometimes they don't work, and that's okay. I probably won't have a new episode out May 1st because, like I said, I'm taking vacation, so it might be a little while to get the next episode out. I will try to get caught up on my emails before I go out of town on Friday as best I can, but then once Friday hits, I'll probably be out of touch for a little while and not responding to a lot of things, just because I want to detach from work as much as possible to have some chance for my wife and I just to kind of reset a little bit. I think we all need that in life sometimes, and we need to reset on things. So I really don't know what else I was going to talk about today. That was the primary information, was just to close out this series. I could think of things to talk about. I could meander, you know. Like I look at my phone where I sometimes jot down things to talk about if I have it in, as I'm in the middle of the day or something. So, oh, that's a topic maybe we could talk about, and maybe I should, record that. But the truth is, I don't have anything gripping that I really want to share. I think one of the things I did want to maybe mention is I'm really excited to see all the activity out there. And I realize, some of you, I think there's other people out there, some benzo coaches, some benzo information sites, some people, YouTube channels. There's so many that I'm just now uncovering, and other ones I had known about for a while that are doing exceptionally well and getting thousands of views and listens and everything. And I think that's fantastic. I started to, long story short, but getting back into social media is not where I want to be. It's something I had to block out for a while because of my recovery. And I don't like what it does to me when I start watching, the notifications and the likes and the follows and the badges on my phone and all this stuff. I don't like it. And I know you can control some of that, and you can turn off the badges, and you can limit some of the notifications, and I do. But still, I can see and watch myself how easily I can get caught up in that. And I think many people have, and I don't want to be that person. It's just a boundary I've set on my life that I don't have any personal social media account. I haven't for years. And when I closed down the Facebook page for Benzo Free and Easing Anxiety, I also closed down my personal Facebook page, and I haven't had one since then. I've never been on Twitter until recently with the launch of the new site. So anyway, that being said, and I'm just doing a little bit of catching you up here, but this is not where I've been. Now I am with Easing Anxiety. I'm now starting to build that network there. So that's the internal to the website, and that's where my energies are going. So that's where, I'll use social media to help promote what we do and get people in the door. But for those that really want to be involved with what we're doing at Easing Anxiety, the website at easinganxiety.com is where I'm going to try to spend most of my energy. So please feel free to log in there, create a user profile. When I get back from vacation, that'll be my primary focus, will be to start building that up and starting to have some content there and some, and some, sometimes you belch when you do these things. And even though I have my mouth closed and, I hold it in, it happens. And I often edit those out, but I don't know, I might not do that this time. But sometimes I do that. Anyway, so that's where all that is. And I don't want to get wrapped up in the game. I think that's what it is. And I could see that starting to happen as I launch the new site. And so I really need to be careful. I'm not going to get wrapped up in the game of trying to catch up to other people's channels or catch up to, this kind of stuff. That's people that are doing well. And the thing is, I love that they are. I love that there's so many people out there who are providing support for the benzo community. That is amazing, and so much more than there was when I first started. And I'm really excited about that, and I want to keep promoting those people and keep working with the people out there who are doing coaching and are doing, YouTube channels, and videos and all this kind of stuff, and I want to keep promoting that on my channel because I don't see them as competition. I don't want to see them as competition, but I'll admit I'm human, and sometimes I feel I'm behind the curve. Because I didn't focus on social media, I'm terrible at marketing, and it's just not where I'm at. But what I do love, and for those, 5 or 10 people who are actually listening to this episode, because I know this series didn't really take off and people haven't been paying attention, but what I do love is that core group of followers, the people who have come and value what I've done here with the Benzo Free podcast and value what I'm doing with Easing Anxiety. And those are the ones, that's who I'm doing this for. And so thank you to all those individuals who do that. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate it. I know I sound a little melancholy on this, and I think I am, but please don't read too much into that. And I know that happens sometimes, and this is not a negative podcast. Yeah, the presentation that I was really excited about fell through in Atlanta, and I'll admit I was bummed, and it was, it wasn't great, but it's also, things happen, and I try to turn those into make the best out of a difficult situation. And that's all I did. So I got in the car and drove home, and I still, even though it was a long drive home, I still like that time I have. And I never really got upset about it. Maybe that's just me. And I know some people would have really been upset, and I wasn't. And I mean, it's just, things happen. Life happens, and how you respond to those things in life really, I think it really dictates how we survive, how we get through difficult situations. And for me, I'm glad that I don't get too worked up about things like that, because just things happen. And honestly, after Benzos and after my parents and after a lot of things that have happened in the last several years, you kind of have to learn how to let things be, and how to move past things, and how not to carry any resentment or any, frustration, or even too much depression. And well, I know I sound a little melancholy now, and I probably am a little bit. I'm actually doing okay, and I'm really looking forward to getting away on vacation, just turning everything off for a bit. And then my goal is to come back fresh and start up with some new energy, and I really look forward to talking with you all then. I really do. There. I had something to talk about, I guess, and maybe it was something of interest, and maybe it wasn't. And I understand that I will be going back to a regular format on the podcast here when I get back. I don't know if I'll have one out before the end of May or not. We'll just see when I get back and how that plays out. And maybe I'll record something along the way if I find something of interest, or it's something that I want to do on my vacation. But maybe I won't, because I just want to spend some time with my wife, with our family that are back east. See some sights, and just get away from things for a little while. So we all got to do that sometimes. That's a full mini podcast episode, but this was the RX road trip. Take it or leave it. It is what it is. I hope you're doing okay. I'm doing okay. And I look forward to talking to you all when I get back. Keep calm, taper slowly, and take care of yourself. I will see you next time.